Okay, we're going to do lesson 59, rearranging before substitution. We've done solving systems of two linear equations by substitution before. There's only one extra step to this, is that we have to rearrange it. For some reason, this has been the hardest lesson of 2012-2013. I'm not sure why, but I'm doing a video just in case anyone wants some more help on this. Alright, typically when we've done these problems before, one of the equations has already been solved for a variable, and then we just substitute in. But these equations, they have not yet been solved for one of the variables. So before we begin to do these problems, or as we begin, we need to rearrange before substitution. So we're going to solve for one of the variables, either this x, this y, this x, this y. And we're going to solve for the one that's alone, that doesn't have a coefficient, ideally, if that's the case. Now we're looking, this one right here, the x does not have a coefficient, so it's easy to get x by itself. All we have to do is add 2y to both sides. So that's our rearranging. So we're going to get x by itself. We're going to add 2y to both sides, so we get 2y minus 1. Once we rearrange, we can cross out that equation because we're not going to use it again. Now this should be exactly like what we've done before, but for some reason these problems are harder than what you guys are finding these a little bit harder than what we did before. So what we want to do is take what x is equal to and put it in where the x is in the second equation. I recommend that you use parentheses, just because it's going to help you not mess up your signs. So where the x is, I put parentheses, and you can see here that x is equal to 2y minus 1. So I'm going to put what x is equal to in where the x was. And then we just simply solve. It's a system. It's just one equation, one variable. So we get 4y minus 2 minus 3y equals 14. Y minus, or that should be not 14, of course. Where did I get 14 from? We're going to get y minus 2 equals 4, y equals 6. That's just one of the variables. We have to go get the other one. So we go up to the orange equation, the one we got where we have x by itself, and we're going to replace the y by what y is equal to. So you get x equals 2, and anytime you substitute, I really recommend parentheses. We're going to put our 6 in. I'll just substitute, I'll make an orange 6. And we're going to get x equals 12 minus 1, x equals 11. So we have x is 11, y is 6, and we can write it as an ordered pair, 11, 6. The x always comes first, then the y. Let's try another one. This one's a little bit harder, and the last one will be a little bit harder yet. So this one, we want to get one of the variables by itself. This is the best choice because we don't have a coefficient, a non-1 coefficient, but we still have a -1 coefficient. So what I'm going to do, there's two ways we can do this. We can either add y and subtract 10, which I think that's kind of a good way. Let's try that way, just for variety here. I'm going to rearrange. I'm going to bring the y, I'm going to add y to this side, so we get y over here. And I'm going to subtract the 10 and bring it over here, so we're going to get 2x minus 10. That saves us a step. So we did get y by itself. We brought the y over here by adding it to both sides, and we brought the 10 over there by subtracting it from both sides. Now we can do our substitution. So this time we have a y that we're replacing. We're going to replace the y by what y is equal to. Y is equal to 2x minus 10. So I'm going to do my 4x minus 3. Now we're replacing the y with what y is equal to. Y is equal to 2x minus 10 equals 16. Now we're just going to distribute 4x minus 6x plus 30. That's why we need the parentheses. If you just put the 2x minus 10 where the y is, your temptation would be not to distribute the -3. Equals 16. So we get negative 2x plus 30 equals 16. Negative 2x, and we're going to subtract 30 from both sides, equals negative 14. And finally, we should get x equals 7. And finally, we have to go and get y. So you go up to the one that you substitute. If we're not going to use this one again, cross that out. So we're going to substitute the x in there. So we get 2 times our x is 7 minus 10 equals y. 14 minus 10 equals y. Y is going to equal 4. So write yourself an ordered pair. When you're done, you're going to get 7, 4. Let's quickly do one more. As soon as I find it here, there it is. Okay, actually this one isn't any harder. We haven't made these hard yet. So, look around. Which variable are you going to solve for? Which one are you going to get by itself? Coefficient, coefficient other than 1, coefficient other than 1. This one is the lonely variable. So we're going to solve the second one for y. Let's use blue this time for variety. So we're going to subtract 2x from both sides. And then we'll do our substitution. So once we rearrange it, you can cross it out. We don't need to use that again. So we go up to the top equation this time, 4x minus 2. Remember those parentheses. We're going to replace this y right here with what y is equal to, which is minus 2x plus 25. Equals 38. And then we will just distribute 4x plus 4x minus 50 equals 38. $8x. If we add 50 to both sides, this works out really well. We get 88, and x equals 11. We go up to the equation that we rearranged. We replace the x, this x right there, with 11. So we get y equals minus 2. We're replacing that x, so I put parentheses, plus 25. Y equals negative 22 plus 25. And we get y equals we should be getting, for some reason I'm getting the wrong answer here. 14. That's never mind. It's perfectly fine. Equals 3. And you would write your ordered pair 11, 3. That's where the two lines intersect. That's the point where they intersect. Alright, hopefully that was helpful.